beat that.
Yeah.
Now, Rosa, you said that there was a program in Peru of the music too, or you were wanting to bring in a musical program there?
No, not really about music, no, because you know Peru is a third world, is a really poor country, and they really need a rehabilitation center for a person with disability.
Okay, I'm sorry, I misunderstood you with that.
Yeah,
so it's strictly a rehabilitation center for the disabled population.
Sure, that Cory did already in the south. She is focused now, maybe she can do the same in the north of Peru.
Yes.
That is still, they don't have nothing, you know, but for people with disability, it's just kids or adult person, they don't have totally nothing to help them.
I really encourage you, Santa Cruz, to go onto the website. Cory, what exactly is the website?
It's www.buildingforgenerations.com. Building for Generations is all one word.
Okay, it's wonderful. There's this video that we saw as part of it. There's 3 others of the work that they have done. Building for Generations is done in Africa, Colombia, and Peru, and these women are doing wonderful work in the world with the disabled population and are continuing here in Santa Cruz. I would like to, we've got some more time, but I would like you to get in your time to thank people, Cory. This is very important to you.
It is. You know, this is probably the most important part of the show, and I hate to read anything.
Go ahead.
But I'm going to have to look at this because I have a lot of people I want to thank.
Yes.
So I want to thank all the friends, donors, and supporters. All of the salsa dancers in Santa Cruz and the salsa bands that have played at our events. The salsa community has really come out and supported our events.
Wonderful.
All of our past sponsors and partners, Comerica Bank, Total Fitness, Pleasure Point Design, Zuniga's Restaurant, Inner Light Ministries of Soquel, and Reverend Angela Gary and the people from the Center for Spiritual Living, because they ongoingly support us.
Wonderful.
A special thanks to my board and the Peruvian Americans when they found out I was doing a project in Peru. They showed up at my door.
Yeah. Really? Did you? Were you one of those people? How wonderful!
Sure, yeah.
To volunteer your services?
Yes.
How
yes.
exciting!
But I start,
Yeah.
volunteer. Yeah.
I still have more.
Go ahead.
I would like to thank Congressman Sam Farr and his office staff, because currently they are exploring some possibilities to realize our project in Colombia. And wonderful. I would like to thank John Lars. He is a local businessman, and when I first started Building for Generations, he was one of my first donors. And he believed in what I did. And it was a very, very big deal to have someone demonstrate that. I also want to thank my children, my son, who's my inspiration, Joaquin, and my daughter, Mila, and finally my father, Herb Betancourt, who actually was born in Santa Cruz in 1902, went to 6th grade, left school, and went on to become a successful businessman. And for me, he modeled that anything's possible.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Because right at the beginning of this, you were telling me when we first met that you just didn't know where you were going to get the money to help, and there was so much that you wanted to do, and you just ended up having yard sales and made some money, and then just had more yard sales, and it just all fell into place for you.
Yeah, we have gone on to have private donors and salsa events,
right.
But I started with a big rummage sale and selling donated items on Craigslist. And actually the 3-classroom block in Africa was completely built by reselling items that people were getting rid of. So, it's pretty amazing that we live in a country where we can build a school somewhere else out of our throwaways.
Absolutely. And I admire so much your whole organization. You're all volunteers, including you.
Yes.
Everybody is volunteering with this. No one,
Yes.
there isn't an
Yes.
actual paid staff on
No.
board
Right.
with Building for
Yes.
Generations. So that's extremely admirable. Do you go to Peru yourself, Rosette?
We are planning to go together maybe this year to see, in situ what is the really priority need that already, Peru is in need.
And is it specifically the people, special needs people, that you're going to be focusing on in terms of their needs, or are you going to be focusing on the, other things that are needed? Obviously, there's so much.
Well, we're going to
You can't do everything.
focus on persons with special needs, but when I say that, it's not just developmental disabilities. It's the elderly, it's people injured through accidents.
Right.
It's a lot. It's far bigger than just people with or children with neurological disorders. It includes a far bigger population than that. And we're going to go to Piura. That's the plan.
I see. Well, this is wonderful. Thank you so much for being with us today. We really appreciated it. And they receive donations, ladies and gentlemen, and raise funds for what they do out there, all the wonderful things they do out there in the world. So thank you so much.
You're really
It's been
welcome.
great.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
And thank you, Santa Cruz, for joining us tonight and hearing about all these wonderful things that are happening out there in the world that we're helping with here. And thank you so much to my fabulous crew. I appreciate you guys so much, and to Community Television of Santa Cruz. And as my son has told us from the other side, the only way to live is that every moment is a new beginning in love. We can't forget that. Bye, Santa Cruz. See you next time.
A bailar y gozar con aroma y café. ¡Epa!
Colombia, tierra querida, himno de fe y armonía. Cantemos, cantemos todos llenos de paz y alegría. Vivemos, siempre vivemos a nuestra patria querida. Tu suelo es una oración y es un canto de la vida. Tu suelo es una oración y es un canto de la vida. Y cantando, cantando yo